Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. I'm John Huddleston. UA President Dr. Robert Witt has a new job. This afternoon, the University of Alabama Board of Trustees named Witt the system's new chancellor. So what does Witt's new job entail, and who will take over the president's mansion? WVUA's Travis Leader starts us off tonight with this report.
The University of Alabama Board of Trustees feels Robert Witt's work within the system is enough to merit him the role of system chancellor.
Prior performance is the best indication of future performance. He felt that the progress that had been made on the Alabama campus could translate into comparable progress on other campuses as well as at the health system.
Witt's hire has the backing of the governor as well.
I have seen the progress that has been made here to grow this university to one of the largest universities in the Southeast. He has just done a tremendous job.
With the departure of Dr. Witt, one of the trustees says that the new successor will have very big shoes to fill.
He's transformed this campus from a middle size university to a mega university, and I think we're all very proud.
The search committee didn't have to look too far to find their new chancellor.
They felt no reason to go any further, that we had the best in-house, and I believe they were right.
Witt will now work closely with all of the system's presidents, and he will take his existing framework to his new position.
You need to attract outstanding students, outstanding faculty and staff, and have them deliver high-quality academic programs and state-of-the-art facilities.
The next step is to find a new resident at the president's mansion.
I think we'll have to do an extensive search, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just waiting on the process to begin.
I have no candidates in mind, and I believe the ideal candidate for the University of Alabama will be someone who is committed to the continued progress of the university.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
With the promotion of Dr. Witt, UA Provost Dr. Judy Bonner was named interim UA president, while a search committee can be formed and a search can be conducted for a permanent replacement. Dr. Bonner is the first female to serve as interim president of the university. Well, the Tuscaloosa County Board of Education says they are back in the black, and now they're looking to put some cash into a reserve fund. At tonight's board meeting, officials voted to adopt a reserve resolution. All public schools in Alabama are required to maintain a 1-month operating reserve. However, because of proration and other factors, the system had to dip into their savings and borrow money from the state in 2009, 10, and 11. Now, Chief Financial Officer Pat Connors says the system is beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We've now gotten our reserves back into positive territory, about $600,000, and we expect to continue to add to the reserve, but it will be several more years before we get back to our required 1-month operating reserve.
Connor says it will be 3 to 4 years before the system reaches the required reserve mark of $9 million. On your Home Team Crime Watch tonight, an update on a weekend shooting that sent one man to the hospital. It happened early Sunday morning at the Lynx apartment complex in Tuscaloosa. Captain Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit says the victim stumbled to a vehicle and told the driver he had been shot. The victim then went to DCH Regional Medical Center. Investigators say the shooter was identified, but he told police he only shot the victim after the man attacked him with a bat. The victim was listed in critical condition. No charges have been filed at this time. On your Home Team Election Watch tonight, a Republican presidential candidate is headed to Alabama. Newt Gingrich has scheduled a 2-day tour all across Alabama starting tomorrow. Gingrich will be in Huntsville at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center Tuesday, and on Wednesday will be holding rallies in Montgomery and Pell City. Gingrich will then head to the Harbert Center in Birmingham on Wednesday night. Alabama's primary is just a week away, and there are some important dates to keep in mind before the big day. The primary is set for next Tuesday, March 13th. The deadline to register has already passed. If you are voting with an absentee ballot, you have until March 8th to turn in that application. March 12th is the deadline to turn in the absentee ballots. It's important to note the week of the primary is also spring break for the University of Alabama, as well as Tuscaloosa County and city schools. If needed, the Alabama primary runoff is set for Tuesday, April 24th. Alabama U.S. Senator Richard Shelby spent the day meeting with people all across West Alabama. WVUA caught up with him in Pickens County, where the senator was meeting with the residents in Gordo. Now, he talked with them about issues facing not only Alabama, but the nation as a whole. One of the biggest topics was the upcoming presidential primary. Shelby told WVUA his ideal nominee is someone who can bring leadership to Washington.
Somebody that knows something about creating jobs, moving the economy forward, knows something about energy, to create more energy, to make this country stronger economically, stronger militarily, and give opportunities for the young people.
Another big topic at today's meeting was job creation. Shelby says state leaders are willing to work with companies to make it easy for them to create jobs. Well, 47 years ago, protesters marched from Selma to Montgomery for the right to vote. This week, a number of people are commemorating the historic 50-mile march known as Bloody Sunday. Civil rights activist Al Sharpton led today's group in the second leg of the trip. He says the current wave of voter ID laws under consideration across the nation make this march just as important as the first one.
Well, I think that we've got to protect how far we have come, and there are those moves to try and undercut it. The voter ID laws that has happened either already has been enacted or being proposed in 34 states, including Alabama.
Bloody Sunday is known for giving a face to the civil rights movement. This year's march will end Friday with a rally at the Alabama State Capitol. Selling a house can be difficult at this day and time, and for those looking for that perfect home, there might be a new item to check off when deciding what house to get. WVUA's Taylor Sanders has our story.
For people looking to buy a home in West Alabama, storm shelters are becoming a must. And due to this year's amount of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, it comes as no surprise.
Well, hopefully it'll sell the house. More so, especially these days, it's everything you can to try to get a house to sell.
For Hugh Underwood and his local construction company, it's exactly that. Selling a house means making sure storm shelters are included in the blueprint.
Seems to be a real selling point these days, and everybody's interested in wanting a storm room.
And Underwood says although it may cost you about $5,000, adding a storm shelter to your home will add value to the safety of your family, which is priceless.
My family and I wish we had a storm room. We may put one in our own house. Safe night's sleep, not worried about the storms. If it takes your house, it's not going to take you.
Underwood says this is something he never would have thought of trying before April 27th. Reporting for WVUA News, I'm Taylor Sanders.
And Underwood says his company isn't the only builder who have started marketing storm shelters as a selling point for realtors. Well, an Alberta City family is finally home after they lost everything in the April 27th storms. The Matthews family got the keys to their new home this afternoon. This house was made possible through Habitat for Humanity and the Nix Kids 14 for 14 campaign. During the tornado, the family's previous home was lifted off of its foundation and thrown almost 100 yards. The Matthews say they're thankful for all of the support.
I didn't know it was that many caring people in the world that really was concerned about people that they didn't even know of, just to help people, help their own neighbor out. We never thought that it was that many caring people in the world.
Now they have yards to play in, they have their own rooms, their own space, so we have somewhere to raise our kids.
Good deal. The Matthews home was part of the Habitat Homes Nix Kids 14 for 14. The Matthews are planning on moving into their new home either tonight or Tuesday morning.